I'm gonna go over how to get into the best program for your business, and we're gonna pick the exact right ones in which are going to help you scale. My name is Jonathan Fodera. I own Integrated Business Financing. I've been in small business lending for the past 14 years. So I want to help you grow and scale your business. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over exactly how you pick out the right program, how you get yourself ready to apply, and then where to go when you have it all figured out. So first, and most importantly, you have to figure out what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to buy a piece of equipment to grow your business, to maybe take on more jobs? Are you getting paid slowly by vendors? So are you getting paid, you're doing work and you're getting paid in 30, 60, 90 days. So you need to speed up your cash flow so you can grow and scale. Is it a situation where you're trying to buy a business or start a business? Or is it something where, hey, you want to spend more money on marketing, you want to have a way to get a line of credit, or you want to get inventory and supplies? There's a whole bunch of items that you need to know, and this video is going to run through all of that. So first, once you figure out what your goal is, you gotta see what the qualifications are. So I'm gonna give you an example. A friend of mine, his name's Austin. So he does a lot of stickers and vinyling for big companies, right? He does them for like a Platinum Fitness, he does them for Walgreens, he does them for Marshalls, basically anywhere that needs vinyl stickers. Now, what happens is he was going there and he was doing the work, and they would pay him, he would invoice them, and basically he'd get paid in 30 days. Sometimes it took 45 days. So the challenge with this is when you're growing, he has to constantly outlay more cash. And outlaying more cash in order to grow while you're waiting to get paid can sometimes slow down growth. He called me up, he goes, Jonathan, what should I do? I don't want to keep borrowing, I don't want to keep using lines of credit for this. So I said, what you really need to do is you really need to have invoice factoring. So basically, with invoice factoring, what we were able to do is he submits his invoices after he completes the work, and he gets the money in his account the next day. And there's a very, very small fee for that. So what that allowed him to do is now he could take on more jobs, he could take on larger jobs, and he's not worried about when the funds are going to hit, right? Because he knows he's getting the majority of them the next day after he submits the invoice. This has allowed him to grow and scale. And he even said, man, I wish I did this 6 months ago. I'd be in an entirely different position. I have another client that came in and he was moving his location. He had an auto repair shop and he was moving his existing one into a larger one. Because he was doing that move, okay, Justin needed a lot more equipment to fill up because he had extra bays. So he asked me to get the financing, and he didn't know what was out there. He was gonna use a line of credit. The challenge with using a line of credit in that situation is lines of credit are shorter term. They're 6 to 24 months. Ideally, you want something that's gonna go out a little bit longer. So he asked me what he should do. I told him, go get the equipment invoices, and we're going to get you equipment financing. So basically, he was able to finance that equipment with zero money down, and he bought every single piece he needed to fill up the new location. And when he did that, he's paying monthly payments over 5 years, and I think it's only costing like 9%. So he was very, very happy, and he actually just called me the other day and he said, Jonathan, thank you so much. Because of you and getting all this equipment squared away, because it's a bigger location, his business has tripled since he's opened it. All right, so it's always about finding what is the right financing program for what you're trying to do. If you're trying to start a business, we've had several clients in the past come in, and if it's a SBA approved franchise, you get an SBA loan, right? That's what you should go for if you qualify. You typically have to apply 2 months in advance to when you're going to need it because it is a longer process. But a lot of business owners can start a business for anywhere between $30,000 and $100,000. And we have people that help them start an online Amazon business or an online Walmart resellers business. And they come in and they get their consultants, send them to us so they can get a term loan, a simple interest term loan. Because all it does is it goes off your credit and your provable income. And it only takes 3 to 5 business days to get done. And people qualify anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000. And it's really, really simple. It's a 3 to 5 year term, monthly payments, and rates start at 6.99% and they go up from there. Why is this so advantageous? Well, it gets done quick. They get the money to start their business, and then that business then pays for that loan. So it's really knowing what programs. Now that we went through that, it's not enough just to know what programs, you have to know what your credit is, you have to know how you're gonna score out and how you're gonna qualify. So before you go for financing, you need to know what your credit looks like, what your provable income looks like, what your bank statements, okay, and your cash flow of your business look like, and what does your tax return look like. And if you're going for programs like equipment financing, it's very important to know what your business credit is, because it's going to be reliant on your business credit as well. So you have to kind of know how you score out. And how do you do that? Well, one, you could always monitor your credit. You could, a lot of different services, but Credit Karma is probably the easiest. Two, make sure you have a monthly financial statement. If you have a monthly financial statement, you know what your profit and loss is. You should always have your tax returns handy as well. And at any given point, if anyone needs a consultation, reach out. I'd be happy to help you to kind of see where your business is stacking up. One of my clients came in, his name was Bruce. He was saying he wanted to get an SBA loan. He knew he needed it in 6 months from now. He didn't need it today. So he came in, and basically what he did was he wanted us to kind of see where he stood. So we did a soft credit pull, we did a cash flow analysis, we looked at his financials, and based on his financials and the business itself, he was in a good position. His credit was a little bit on the lower side. His credit was 650, right? He really needed to be 680 to 720, and he didn't really have established business credit. So because we had the time, we sent him the credit repair, and we helped him build up his business credit through one of our programs. And then first off, Bruce said he didn't even know his credit was that low, and he was very grateful because now he's actually ready to apply for that SBA loan, and we know he has a really good shot at getting it. Now, last but not least, where are you going to go to get financing? Well, you could go to a bank, right? You could go to the bank that you bank with. You could go to, let's say, Chase. You go to brokers, but online brokers typically don't have all the different types of options, right? And they're gonna have some types of service fees. Or you could go to what we call ourselves, we're a marketplace. So we have everything from lines of credit, working capital advances, SBA loans, startup loans, equipment financing, invoice factoring, and payment processing. And why is that advantageous to you as a client? Well, we don't just look at one program. We look at what program is going to fit your needs the best. And not only do we look at what program is going to fit your needs the best, we can walk and guide you through all these different programs that may add a ton of value to your business. For example, when someone comes in for an SBA loan and we take a look at their payment processing and we realize we could save them $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month by just switching over, well, that's $12,000 to $24,000 a year more in profit that they're gonna have after working with us. And they'll get the SBA loan done quickly and easily and professionally. I'll tell you this, one of my clients, Mike, he recently came to us, and he came to us for a line of credit. And then while we were working with him on the line of credit, he said he needed a piece of equipment. So we helped him with the line of credit, we helped him with the piece of equipment, and we did that consultation that I've been discussing with you guys. When we did the consultation, we realized that he was paying way too much to accept credit cards. So we switched that too. So he got a $50,000 line of credit, he got a $40,000 piece of equipment, and he's saving about $1,200 a month accepting credit cards. And what Mike said to me, he was very grateful. He sent us 3 additional clients since then, and now his business is running. First off, he's doing more revenue, and he has access to capital whenever he needs it, and he's saving money accepting credit cards. So when you're looking to decide where you're gonna go, you wanna make sure you go somewhere that's knowledgeable, they have access to all the programs, and they're really in it to help you. We love our clients, we wanna see our clients win. There are other people out there, you don't have to come and work with us. There are other people out there that are knowledgeable. But it's very important that you go somewhere like that. Sometimes when you go to a bank, they don't have invoice factoring, or they have expensive payment processing. They might not have an equipment loan. They might just have a line of credit or a small business loan. So just be sure that wherever you're going, find out what programs they have and what they're experts in, because that's gonna save you a lot of time, effort, and aggravation. And you wanna go somewhere that's gonna be able to help you grow consistently, and somewhere that's gonna be able to consistently help your business with different things that it needs. Let's just do a quick review, and then I'm going to give you some detailed action items. First off, you have to know what goal you're trying to accomplish, right? Is it buying a piece of equipment? Is it speeding up your cash flow? So know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. 2, know where you're at on a business credit, personal credit side, cash flow side. Understand how strong of an applicant are you. And then 3, you have to know where to go. You want to go somewhere that's knowledgeable and has access to a ton of different programs, because that's going to be able to give you the most options, and then you can choose choose what's going to be best for your business. Right? So one of the things I'd like you to do today, besides like and share this video, I want you to go sign up for Credit Karma. I want you to make sure that you speak to your accountant and you have an updated monthly profit and loss statement. All right, and I want you to keep all your important documents on one place on your computer, right? This way you can see your statements, pull them up at any time, and you can consistently monitor your business, because when you consistently monitor your business and you measure for growth, that's how you can scale. That's how you're gonna win, all right? So if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. We're always here to help you and answer any questions. I wanna see you integrate your business. I wanna see you win. Have a great day.